So here's the term cisgender, identifying with the gender identity assigned to you at birth. So really what we're saying is non-transgender, but what we're trying to do is say the word non-transgender without othering. In other words, normal people, regular people, all people, everybody people are cis. I mean, that's just normal. And then there's those other people that are trans. So what we're saying is there are people who are cis and there are people who are trans. It's funny, you asked the question, where does the term androgynous fit in? So in any of those places, it could fit into, it's funny because the one term I took out, life is always so funny, was the term androgen, which is, some people, identified with that term. I just haven't heard anybody identifying with that term in a long time, so I took it out. But, lots of people, both cisgender and transgender, are of course androgynous. I would say most women in our culture today are somewhat androgynous compared to, if I look back on my grandmother's generation, I remember my mother wanting my grandmother to wear a pantsuit back in the 60s or 70s, and she thought that was like too masculine to wear, right? So that's where I would say that fits in there. So having a gender identity or gender role that society considers appropriate for the sex one was assigned at birth. It decenters othering. So people are cis, people are what did I just say? People are cis, people are trans. And really, again, the point here is that having a cisgender identity in this culture today means you've got privilege. That's just what it means. You don't think about it because people with privilege don't think about it. White people don't think about whiteness. People of color think about color all the time because they're dealing with oppression all the time coming at them in the world. So I want us to start to really think about what it means to have that privilege. So whenever I have an opportunity to talk about Star Trek, I just take it. So where the hell do cisgender people get these ideas, says Picard. So indeed, I'm just trying to reinforce this idea that if you're not trans and you're not non-binary, then you're cis, and that is an identity. And in this culture, again, like heterosexual, it has privilege. So gender role is a set of societal norms that dictate the type of behaviors which are generally considered acceptable, appropriate, or desirable for people based on their actual perceived sex or gender. This picture here actually comes from a book that I have, Boys Fix Things and Girls Need Things Fixed. And the whole book is full of these stereotypes that I can't even imagine anyone, even the most traditional people buying today. But so societal concept of how men and women are expected to act or behave.